Well, hello everyone, TheOntarioGardener here with the Chinese New Year patch update notes. There's a lot of stuff to cover, so let's jump right into it. This is probably one of my favorite updates because of the new main that we have, and we'll get into that momentarily. Without further ado, let's jump right into the presentation. Chinese New Year. This is the year of the rabbit. So the rabbit will come into play a bit later on with decorations and how the cards work, and I'll show you that in a second. Alrighty, so the first thing that you're going to notice is that the weekly and the daily maps are the new Chinese New Year themes. They are this beautiful lake setting with these mirrored kind of like symmetrical maps. The weekly and the dailies are similar, but they're not exact. They have the cherry blossom trees. They have the nice lake around it. The lake does kind of have a water effect to it. It's a very, very pretty map. Very unique maps as well because they're symmetrical like this. They have countertops everywhere, pass-throughs everywhere. Very, very interesting. A little tricky for solo play, I might add, because I do most of my stuff solo. It's a little bit tricky for solo, but having a group easily can be done with 2 or 3 people and also do it solo. In the bottom left corner of the screen, you see the little rabbit cards that I mentioned earlier. Now, what those mean is at the end of every day, you get your normal envelope drops, right? Either they're outside or inside, or however you have that setting. And typically you get 5. Base game without any additions, you get 5. But the way that the Chinese New Year theme map is going to work is every one that drops that isn't part of a blueprint desk will be these red ones. They all have a small chance to be an upgraded item, and they all are guaranteed to have a 25% discount to them. Now, this is on purchase. If you put them into a research desk and you upgrade them, say from a conveyor to a grabber, you lose the discount. It's only for purchasing, not for researching. It doesn't continue like that. Now, if you do get one off a blueprint desk, that will be the normal blue color, and there'll be no upgrade, and there will be no discount of the price. Also, the new theme, the way that the Chinese New Year theme works is similar to how the autumn map worked, where you only get food cards. There are no customer cards for this theme map. Alrighty, so there are some new dishes. Some are very, very fun. They're all very fun. Let's face it. The first off, you have dumplings. Dumplings is the first and only new main dish for this map. It's a selectable in your main menu. It's not tied to the Chinese New Year theme maps. You can play it in any map that you want. And basically the bottom left, it shows you have chopped carrot and chopped steak. You put it into a tortilla, you fold it up, you cook it, and you get 3 portions of dumplings. The next one are bamboo shoots. Bamboo shoots are a new side dish. First, at the bottom, you have your little bamboo plant. You pluck a piece of bamboo, you put it in water, you boil it, similar to how you do broccoli, and it gives you 3 portions, and you portion it into that nice little fancy tray, and you serve it as a side dish. And then the next one, which is brand new starter, these are mandarin slices or mandarin orange slices. It's very, very cute. You pluck a mandarin, a whole one from the little tree. By the way, the little icons that are showing you here, the pot of bamboo in the mandarin tree, that's what it actually looks like in game. It's very, very cute. And you pick one and you basically slice it. Each time you slice it, a portion, it gives you 1 slice. And customers can request anywhere between 1 and 4 slices. A whole mandarin will obviously give you 4 slices. It works similar to how oysters are. The oysters, they can order 2 or 3. Mandarins, they can order anywhere between 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 slices per order. And that is, of course, as a starter. So we have a new side, a new starter, and we have a new main. Now, of course, with dumplings, you have to have extras. The first one is soy sauce. How could you have dumplings without soy sauce? Come on now. Soy sauce works the same way as ketchup and mustard do for hot dogs. They'll take their order, you place down the dumplings, and then afterward, they will request the soy sauce. You take it over to the table, you put it on the table, they take it, and then you obviously have to pick it up after every day. And then you have to keep doing it back and forth when they order soy sauce. Not guaranteed. It counts as an extra, and sometimes they will request it. So don't forget your soy sauce. And soy sauce, the bin, you start with 3. You can obviously get more bins as well. You can have 6 soy sauce, 9, as many as you want depending on your drops. The next one is crispy seaweed. Crispy seaweed is pretty simple. You take seaweed from the box, you cook it, and you plate it. That's it. And it works as an extra, so you have to have the dumplings plated, and then you grab your seaweed on top of it, and then you serve the customer. Again, it counts as an extra, so they won't order all the time, but that is an extra that's added. Both of these cards do have a reduction to them, as well as if I jump back to this one, dumplings start with a reduction, bamboo shoots and mandarins all have reductions. So if you're choosing all these things, you're down 15% every single card. All right, the next one we're going to jump into is stir fry. Stir fry has gotten a big boost. If you look at the plates at the top, no, you can't have all 5 different things on the plate. You can still have, you're still limited with 2 different ingredients plus the rice, but you now have chopped mushrooms and you now also have bamboo. So the bamboo is treated the same way as you first have to boil it, you portion it, and then you cook it with the stir fry. Now, one little tidbit of information, the mushroom, you have to chop it, you have to add it in a cycle, like you have to add the rice, cook it, add the mushroom, cook it, add the meat, cook it. With the bamboo, because you're already boiling it and you're already essentially cooking it, you don't have to cook it again with a cycle with the rice. You can put it in right with another ingredient. You can put the rice in and the bamboo in at one time. You can put the carrot and bamboo in right after another, and they won't have to have a separate cooking cycle because the bamboo is already cooked. Now, you still are limited to 2 ingredients plus the rice for stir fry. That hasn't changed, but now you have 5 options and 5 main ingredients that you could have combinations. There's probably 20 combinations because you have the carrots, you have the meat, you have the mushroom, you have the broccoli, and you have the bamboo shoots. And also there's another card, a soy sauce card for stir fry. So that's another 15% reduction. All 3 of these will give you 15% reduction cards. So if you're taking stir fry extras along with taking the stir fry meat card plus stir fry in general, like your groups are going to be low, but this is a lot to keep track of. You have a bin for all of these things. Each one's treated differently. It's a lot of extra work to do stir fry. It's quite tricky these days. The next one there's a couple additional fixes. Now, I'm not going to go into all the hot fixes or all the patch fixes for the update, but a couple big ones are coffee. Before, coffee, you could not automate it on the Christmas update or the holiday update, because when you would put a grabber from a coffee machine to a grabber to a coffee machine, it would just return the coffee cup back to the second one. That no longer does that. Upon the release of this update, you can now automate coffee again, which is great. Also, tables. There is a table support now, which basically means that if you have groups of, say you have groups of 1 to 2, and you have a bunch of bar tables, and you have a bunch of regular tables, and typically what would happen is if you have a group that would come and wait outside, group of 2, and then you have a group of 1 that would come, the group of 1 would have to wait behind the group of 2. But now, seating has priority. So if there's a group of 2 waiting outside and a group of 1 come and there's a 1-seater table available, they will skip the line and go right to the front and go to that 1-seater table, which is really, really helpful because, things like bar tables and single tables aren't really used very much when you have 1 to 2 groups because you have to wait around for that. But now there is custom seating that's put into the game, so customers will sit at the appropriate table regardless of the group size and how the line is. You have a group of 1 table open, the customers will skip the line and they'll sit there as well. Now, the community card, you see that there, was part of the autumn update. The autumn update maps and the autumn update themes still exist. They haven't gone away. Like the Halloween ones have gone away, the autumn ones haven't. And the autumn themes are basically all food cards, no customer cards, and they give you the community card where your group size increased by 1 every 3 days or 10 days in overtime. I have quite a few videos on this, the autumn update from back in the autumn, so feel free to check those out if you're kind of new to the game and you haven't seen the autumn update. Now, a couple other things is there's a colorblind mode has been added for the new stir fry. You also have the Chinese New Year decor is added. And there's a bunch of other things as well, but I will touch on the theme map one more time. Is the theme map are dish-only cards, like I told you before, but they also have duplicated mains and an increased chance to get dumpling and stir-fry extras. So if you play a Chinese New Year theme map, you're more likely to get the extras and the additions that go along with the update, which is pretty cool. There's no longer you're playing through and you get all the soups and you get all the salads and you get all these things. You don't have any of the new stuff. It's a chance, not guaranteed, but there is a chance. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I love this little slideshow. If you enjoyed this type of video, information video, please leave me a comment below. Hit that like button. I love making up these little videos for you guys, these update videos. Stay tuned. I'm going to have some automation videos on how to automate dumplings and some of the other extras that we have, as well as some gameplay videos of the brand new Chinese New Year update. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would really help out my channel. It would be really much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next Chinese New Year video. Take care now.